Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today's story is a real game changer. And if you've been following the NFL closely, especially the NFC West, you know that the landscape is always shifting, always evolving. But what's happening right now is something that could really shake things up for the 49ers' ambitions this season. And it all starts with a surprising trade, or should I say, a potential trade scenario that's unfolding right before our eyes. The Philadelphia Eagles, a team that's been aggressive in recent years, just made a move that caught everyone off guard by trading for John Mechie from the Houston Texans. Yes, you heard that right. They're adding another wide receiver to an already stacked room. Now, this might seem like a minor detail on the surface, but the implications are huge, especially when you start connecting the dots with the 49ers. The Eagles, under GM Howie Roseman, have shown time and again that they're always looking to improve and adapt. With A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith leading the charge, they're already dangerous on offense. But adding Mechie gives them even more depth and options, especially in the passing game. It's a move that signals they're serious about contending, but it also might be a sign that they're preparing to make a significant roster shakeup. And that's where the 49ers come into the picture. Because, as it turns out, this trade could very well open the door for the Eagles to consider trading Jahan Dotson, a talented but still somewhat unproven receiver. And who do you think might be interested in such a move? That's right, San Francisco. The 49ers, as we all know, are entering this season with some injury concerns in the wide receiver room. Brandon Ayuk, who's been a cornerstone for their offense, is expected to miss the start of the season. His timetable for return remains uncertain, and that leaves a noticeable gap in their receiving core. Joan Jennings is also dealing with a lingering calf injury that's kept him out since late July, and Jacob Cowing has been sidelined with a hamstring issue. To make matters worse, Jordan Watkins is also hurt, suffering from a high ankle sprain. It's clear that the 49ers are facing some challenges in keeping their wide receivers healthy and ready for the grind of the NFL season. This injury situation, combined with the fact that the preseason has only just begun, has prompted the 49ers to explore options to bolster their receiving group. And interestingly enough, they've shown interest in trading for John Mechie, which makes perfect sense given their current needs. But here's the kicker. With the Eagles knowing that the 49ers are looking to add wide receiver help, they could leverage that knowledge in negotiations and consider trading Jahan Dotson. Now, Dotson might not be a household name just yet, but he's a player with considerable upside. Over his 3 seasons in the league, he's accumulated 257 yards and 11 touchdowns over 103 receptions. That's a solid stat line for a young receiver still trying to find his footing and showcase his full potential. When the Washington Commanders traded him to the Eagles, many thought it might slow his development, and honestly, it did. Being the WR3 behind A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith meant fewer targets and opportunities to shine. But on the 49ers, especially with Ayuk sidelined early in the season, Jahan Dotson could get the chance to step into a bigger role right away. Imagine him filling that gap, providing stability, speed, and a fresh set of hands that Kyle Shanahan could really maximize in his offensive scheme. This could be a win-win scenario for both sides. The 49ers get a promising receiver who might just unlock his true potential, and the Eagles get a valuable draft asset or pick in return. Now, let's talk a little about the bigger picture here. The NFC West has always been a fiercely competitive division. The 49ers, with their recent Super Bowl appearances, have been at the top of the mountain, but they're never resting on their laurels. Every year, they have to contend with teams like the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals, all of whom are constantly trying to improve and challenge their dominance. Adding a player like Dotson, especially if he can develop into a reliable target, could give the 49ers that extra edge. It's about building depth, yes, but also about strategic moves that can tip the scales in their favor come playoff time. And speaking of the 49ers roster, it's worth noting how this season's outlook is shaping up. Brock Purdy has shown flashes of being a franchise quarterback, but consistency is key. The offensive line has been bolstered, but injuries continue to be a concern. In the backfield, Christian McCaffrey remains a game changer, and George Kittle is one of the best tight ends in the league. But as much as their offense is star-studded, having that reliable second or third receiver can make a significant difference. That's where Jahan Dotson could fit perfectly, providing that spark, that speed, and that youthful energy to keep defenses honest. The defense, as we all know, has been one of the league's best, but it's the offense's depth and versatility that could really elevate the 49ers back into Super Bowl contention. With Ayuk's injury, the team needs someone who can step up immediately. Dotson, with his skills and potential, might be that player. Plus, with Shanahan's offensive genius, he can craft schemes to maximize Dotson's abilities, turning him into a vital piece of their attacking arsenal. Now, let's pause for a moment here. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because honestly, this potential trade scenario isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about strategic planning, future potential, and the 49ers' ongoing quest for excellence. Trading for a player like Dotson could be a low-risk, high-reward move, especially if they can negotiate a favorable deal that includes draft capital or other assets. Looking at the bigger picture, the 49ers have always been a team that values versatility and depth. They've built a roster that can adapt to various situations, and adding a young, talented receiver like Dotson fits right into that philosophy. Plus, Shanahan's offense is known for its creativity and ability to get the most out of its players. Dotson's speed and agility, combined with Shanahan's schemes, could turn him into a real threat on the field. And let's not forget, with the injuries piling up early in the preseason, the urgency to add a receiver who can step in immediately is more critical than ever. From a statistical perspective, Dotson's production might seem modest at first glance, but context is everything. His upside is what makes him such an intriguing target for the 49ers. With Ayuk out at the start, he could be a significant piece early on, and if he proves himself, he might become the reliable target that San Francisco has been seeking. The team has a history of developing young talent and turning them into core players. Look at how George Kittle or even Deebo Samuel came into their own. Dotson could be next in line if given the right opportunity. Now, we have to consider the potential challenges too. The trade negotiations, for one, won't be simple. The Eagles will want a good return, and the 49ers will need to weigh whether giving up draft capital or a player fits their current strategy. But the fact that both sides are interested in making moves shows how dynamic this situation really is. It's a chess match, and the next few weeks could be critical in determining how the 49ers will shape their roster for the season. And let's not forget the broader NFC West implications. If the 49ers succeed in acquiring a player like Dotson, they not only improve their offense but also send a message to their division rivals. It's about asserting dominance, about saying, "We're here to compete at the highest level, and we're willing to make bold moves to do it." The Seahawks, Rams, and even the Cardinals will be watching closely, knowing that the 49ers are not standing still. They're always looking for that edge, that little bit of extra firepower that could make the difference in close games or playoff battles. In conclusion, folks, this isn't just a rumor or a speculative scenario. It's a reflection of how aggressive and strategic the 49ers are willing to be this season. With injuries mounting early in training camp and the desire to maximize their offensive potential, bringing in Jahan Dotson could be a move that pays huge dividends. Whether it's through negotiations with the Eagles or a different avenue, the message is clear. The 49ers are in it to win it, and they're not afraid to make bold moves to get there. The NFL landscape is ever-changing, and this season looks set to be one of the most exciting yet, especially for fans of the red and gold. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.